Welcome to Just Minding My Business Media. I am so happy that you joined us today. I'm your host, Ida Crawford, and I am so excited to bring today Ben Camille. Did I say that right?
You did?
Who is an American foremost travel insurance expert. He is founder and CEO of Travel Defend, North America's leading travel insurance brokerage. Travel Defense works with hundreds of tour companies, travel agents, and thousands of clients, which has helped it quickly grow into a multi-million-dollar company. For over 20 years, Ben has managed numerous tour companies specializing in Uber luxury market and has a business degree from Fairleigh. Is that right, Fairleigh?
Fairleigh Dickinson, yeah.
Okay, Fairleigh Dickinson University. Most importantly, Ben played Division One baseball for the Fairleigh Dickinson University Knights during his college days. Well,
I did.
awesomeness. I am so happy that you're here today. We're going to go ahead and jump right in. So,
Thank you.
the travel industry, insurance, how did you end up there?
Right. So this is actually a really fascinating story, and I think that a lot of your listeners and clients and things like that will really resonate with this. And so, just kind of backtrack a little further. I used to run luxury tours. Okay, super high end. I mean, I'm talking about, let's say a week long tour, 100, 2, 3, $400,000 for a week. Okay, we're talking like the ultimate in luxury. We'd have many families attend these events. And I did that for 17 years. Okay. And so obviously COVID came and really just destroyed our business, destroyed, everything, and not just our business, but I'm sure a lot of people can relate to what it did to them at that time. And really a week before our event was supposed to happen, it was in California in San Diego. The governor basically shut everything down. And we really essentially had to return everyone's money at that time. And so it was a brutal situation. I worked on this. Really, we had only 2 events a year. And so this was really the whole way that, we had a whole staff and company and supported my family and all that. Anyway, so as COVID was kind of coming out, we really realized that we can't run our events without travel insurance. Like no one's going to book. We're talking about way too much money on the table here.
Yeah.
And so I decided, just being the entrepreneur, caring about my clients, because these are very high-end clients. This is not a joke. We got to make sure if I'm helping them get travel insurance that this is legit. And so I really just kind of immersed myself in that world, started making connections. I'm the type of person where I really get obsessed with something and I kind of focus on it. And I started to realize that my brain really worked well when it came to, it might sound weird, but came to travel insurance. Like I just understood it. I understood because it's complex. I mean, we can get very deep into this. I don't want to, I don't know how deep you guys want to get into all this stuff, but like policies can get really crazy. And the fact is that it just worked for me. I understood it. And I started doing tons of research. What companies actually pay out in real life? Like it's one thing to just buy a policy. Anyone could buy paper, but paper's paper. Like if something actually happens, some of these companies are fantastic and will really pay. Some of these companies are garbage and they're just going to give you circular paperwork forever. Okay. So I was on a mission really just for my own clients to figure this out. And then we did the travel insurance for my own clients. I helped them out. And then we started going up to all the different tour operators in the specific niche that we were in and said, look, you guys have the same problem just like us. Why don't you use we started a company independent of my tour company called Travel Defend. I said, why don't you send everyone to us? We'll take care of all your clients, make sure they're protected. If something happens, we'll make sure they get paid and all that. And then we started to realize, you know what? This is actually a better business than the tour business because this has no end. I mean, the fact is, and I know you're a business show, we could talk a lot about the business of this and why it's so good, because it will apply to many other businesses. And I think a lot of people can really take, a learning lesson from our experience, which for me, it's a daily lesson. I'm always learning. And so I love to hear from different entrepreneurs, how things came about and the lessons that they have. And so we just started going out to many other tour companies, just anywhere in the world. And at this point, we have travel agents, we have hundreds of tour operators, travel agents. They know nothing about travel insurance. It's not their expertise. They send all their clients to us. Typically, it's a luxury client. I'll give you a good example. Let's say you have a client going on a tour. Really, the most popular destination now are Iceland and Africa, South Africa. Okay, these are like the ultimate in tour. Okay, and let's say they're paying $50,000 for a couple. This is common, by the way. I mean, we do many clients like this. And so the tour company wants their people protected, wants to make sure they have medical coverage, wants to make sure if something happens that this guy is going to get his money back. The tour doesn't have to give him 50 grand back, right? So they send all their clients to us. It's a concierge service that we offer. We have access to every travel insurance policy in America. We're experts at all of them. We don't add cost. We don't charge a penny for our service. Okay. So it's not like you're paying more than the policy costs you anyway. But you call us, our team will help you, guide you. People have a lot of questions. That's the heavy lifting of our business. Especially luxury travelers, they're very nervous. What happens if my mom has a problem? Am I going to get my money back? What happens? Whatever. People have a million questions. And we find them the correct policy for them. We do the paperwork for them. Then most importantly, we'll make sure they get paid if they have a problem. Okay. At this point, we're bringing millions of dollars to many different insurance companies. We have tremendous power there. Okay. I have the personal cell phone number of the head of the claims department in all of these companies. And so the fact is that when you buy on your own, you're a faceless nothing, right? No one cares about you. No one knows about you. You don't even know what the hell you bought. You don't even know what you did. And so with us, we know what you're buying. We'll make sure you get paid. We help you with the claim. We go to the head of the claims department. We say, hey, this is our client. We help them make sure the claim is done correctly. I mean, I have people literally, this is unheard of, and you'll think this is crazy. I can pull it up. I have Google reviews. I mean, people getting paid in 7 days, 2 days,
Wow.
I mean, this is crazy. In the world of travel insurance, if you get paid in 6 months, you're lucky. Okay. So the fact is that we really fine tune this daily. And we deal now with thousands of clients. We have a WhatsApp that we set up with our clients 24 hours a day. You have any issue on your trip, it's monitored by our team 24 hours a day. You reach out, you say, hey, I'm in Iceland. I broke my leg. What do I do? And there is a lot to do. And there's a way to play the game. There's a way to make sure you're medically protected properly. And people on their own, they know nothing, which is I'm not like dissing anyone. It's just the fact they don't know what they're doing, which is normal. Why would I know? I know nothing about a lot of things, but travel insurance, I do know. And, you reach out and we'll make sure that you're having the correct, anyway, whatever. That's the whole gist. I don't know if I talk too long, but that's the basic gist of what we do, and all that.
Wow, that's amazing because you hit it on the nose. The average person don't know a thing about travel insurance.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
And when they are approached by, let's say, the company that they're traveling under, sometimes they offer it, but you don't even know what you're getting.
Yeah. And usually the companies like cruise lines offer it, and high-end tours, like big companies a lot of times will offer it. And certainly airlines offer it, and Expedia offers it. The stuff they offer, I can tell you why. I have a theory why, but it's all garbage, right? It's crap. Why do they do that? I'll tell you why. Because they would rather sell you something for $20, which to you say, you know what? I'll just easy click, $20, fine. And they know they'll never pay you. They know it's crap that you just bought, rather than sell you something that maybe $100, which actually will protect you in real life, but they know that's going to be a harder sell. So they'll just they rather sell you something that's just, garbage.
Yeah.
And so that's probably why they do that. But like if a cruise line offers you insurance that they have, that could be much more than $100. That could be a lot of money. It's also typically, it's just terrible. The policies they create, the companies they partner with. And it could be the cruise line is not trying to harm their clients, but they don't even know anything themselves about travel insurance. So they're just, okay, they take Rick. Rick is the guy who gets coffee for everyone. They say, Rick, you figure out this travel insurance stuff for everyone. And Rick is like, okay. And he calls someone at the company, and the company, sees Rick coming a mile away and says, okay, well, blah, 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 blah. And that's it. So for us, it's very rare. I know this sounds crazy, but what we do doesn't exist anywhere else. So it's not like we have any competition. We're not a travel insurance company. We're not one of those guys fighting with each other. They're all fighting each other to the death. Okay. We're not fighting with anyone. We're saying whatever you want, we have it all. And so why it doesn't exist, what we do besides for us, I couldn't tell you, but it's a fantastic business and I love it.
Yes, it sounds like it is. I mean, and it's definitely necessary, not just in the luxury world, but for the everyday person, because
Sure.
we all see what happens at the airlines these days.
Yep.
You could be laid over for 3, 4 days, have an
Yep.
extra expense of a hotel that you didn't
Sure.
anticipate.
Sure. And I don't want to, I'm not trying to take away from the luxury. We do thousands of policies that are also $100. I mean, we do everything. And those are important mostly, not to say what you're saying is incorrect, which it is correct, but mostly why people should buy, even if it's super cheap, like what makes travel insurance expensive, right? That's a big, important thing people need to know is either your trip is very expensive and your age, as you get older, it's very, it gets a lot more expensive. So even if you're older and your trip is basically, I don't know, $100 or $500, your travel insurance will be very cheap. But how can you leave America without medical coverage? It's super dangerous. I could tell you a lot of stories of, like, we deal with crazy stuff daily. I'm very paranoid. Okay. I see a lot of sickness hospitals all day here. So maybe I'm a little bit like extreme in because like if I travel with my family, like hell no, like I see so much crazy stuff, but the point is it's $100. I mean, it's not a lot to just get medical. I don't care if you use us obviously you should use us if you're smart, but the point is use whatever, get something. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, I definitely agree because I've seen people I've been on enough cruises and I've seen people get sick on the cruise. And
Oh, big time.
yeah,
Cruises are crazy. I've actually never personally been on a cruise, but it seems like, COVID spreads like crazy. Uh,
yeah,
Nausea, vomiting. This seems to
yes,
go nuts on those cruises. And also, if you're on a cruise, which we've had a bunch of times, it's very hard for them to medically evacuate. Like on the cruise, they don't have, it's not like a real hospital. They have like a
right.
little, makeshift type of hospital thing. But
Hmm.
if there's a real issue, we had a man last week in Egypt who had a stroke
Oh,
and he
wow.
needed to be medically evacuated. And he wasn't on a cruise. But my point is, let's say he was on a cruise. I mean, you need real medical evacuation coverage or the guy could literally die. I mean, this is serious stuff, not a
Yeah,
joke.
yes. So if people want to work with you, how do they connect with you?
Yeah, so super easy. You just go to traveldefend.com. That's it. And call us. Our phone number is 1-800-578-2871. And one thing I do want to mention that I think is important, because a lot of people don't want to talk to someone. And I get that. It's the new age. They're not interested in having a concierge service where they got to discuss it. And they don't want to do that. But they want to buy something that they know is good. And they know they have someone like us behind them. And so we have on our website, you can just click on there. It says get quote. It's called the quote optimizer. It's the first that exists in America. And
Wow.
basically it will go through with artificial intelligence. And we taught it all the things to note and what's important based on our knowledge of travel insurance. It will automatically, when you put in your information, go through hundreds of policies and give you the one or two best options for your particular situation. And so you can just do that, buy it. You don't need to talk to anyone. It's super cool. If you look at it, even now, if you have a computer there, you go to traveldefend.com, you'll see it's almost like a chat bubble. It's really just very interactive, super cool. And you can buy a policy in that way if you don't want to talk to anyone. And then at least you'll be under our account. And if something happens to you, we can actually help you. Because believe it or not, I get a lot of people reaching out saying, we didn't buy a policy with you, but we're having problems here and there. And can you help us? And can you help with our claim? And not only can we not help you, I mean, legally, we cannot help you. The insurance company won't even answer any questions if you don't buy with our account. I can't even find anything out about your account. So the
Wow.
point is you really need to buy with us for us to be able to help you. And it does not cost you more. It's the same cost. Okay. So that's the basic idea.
Yes, and that's really important. Now, in today's world, having some type of insurance on anything and the good insurance is really an important thing. The world is changing as
Yeah.
we speak. Every day is something new.
Certainly, I agree with that.
You know, and just knowing that your company is out there to truly help people, because like you said, you can get a scammer all day long, to sell you some junk.
Yeah. And the beautiful thing about it is that both of our, when I say our, I mean our client, like all our motivations are going the same way. Because let's say let's say just take the luxury guy just because it's easier. $50,000 trip to the safari. Okay. I mean, we're going to make sure you get paid, but you know who's paying you? It's the insurance company. It's not me. Okay.
Right.
So I want you to get paid. I mean, we're on the same team here. And
Yeah.
because we bring so much money to the insurance companies, they're not going to screw with us because they know that like it just doesn't pay to mess with us. And so the fact is that like our motivations are aligned. We want you to get paid. We're very offended if an insurance company is not giving priority treatment. We take personal offense. I mean, that's like, it's not even about you anymore. It's like, whoa. Like like you got to treat us good now. And so everyone benefits in that sense. And I think what this ties into, what I mentioned in the beginning, just generally as a business advice for business owners and entrepreneurs, is that what is so important in business and a way to differentiate yourself, because differentiation is everything. Okay. Like if you're going to have two products and they're exact same, how does anyone decide, oh, well, maybe let's lower the price, whoever's cheaper? We don't want to play that game. Like no business owner wants to be in that game. Okay. So the fact is that you have to make the offer of what you offer very special. Okay. And so what we offer is super unique. And that's kind of what was driving me in the beginning. By the way, all these concepts about how we help clients and what we do and the 24-hour WhatsApp, this didn't come overnight. This was a process of constantly sitting and saying, how can we give so much value to the consumer that they would never not use us? They would never not use us. It's too much. You're giving us too much. It's too amazing of an offer. And when you do that, and just in general business terms, when you do that, that's when things really move. And so any business you're in, think to yourself, how do I give 100x to the client and maybe raise your price 10x? Okay. You must always rate. Listen, I don't have control of the prices in this business. Okay. The computer algorithm of travel insurance decides the prices. But when you do have a business that has prices, don't be scared to charge more. You must charge more, but you also must give so much more that there's no one to compare you to. It's not a comparison. They're basically saying, look, yes, you're getting windows. Let's say I'm just making this up off the fly, so this could sound really stupid, but we'll see. I offer windows and you do blinds and I do blinds. Okay, so for the same price, I'm going to have a guy come to your house, put it all together, like many companies just buy it on Amazon and it's the same price. But no, I'm going to come to your place. It's fine. Okay. But because the point is that this is what's going to get you rocking. Okay. And this is what I think many people, they just try and lower the price. Oh, I can't compete. Lower the price. It's not about that. Okay. It's about making tremendous value for the consumer. And then it's fine. It's fine. They'll love to work with you. Trust me. That's what they're looking for anyway. So that's why I love capitalism. And I think that gets lost in translation in our world now.
Yes.
Because capitalism, what is it really? All I think about all day is how can I help my clients? And if I help them, then they're going to want to work with me and give me more money. And so money's not bad. It's good because all that means is that you're helping more and more people. Why is Jeff Bezos the richest guy in the world from Amazon, right? Because he helps more people than anyone else.
Yeah.
You wouldn't use Amazon if it wasn't good. You'd use something else. So the point is he makes it good and we all love it. And that's why capitalism is actually beautiful.
Yes. And like you said, bringing that value and treating your clients like you care. They got to feel that.
Yeah.
They got to feel that connection with you to say, they really care about my situation,
And how do you get your clients to care? How do you get your staff to care? Because it's not just me. Obviously, I care, but I have a whole team here. We have to pay these people really well, right? When we pay them well and we give them bonuses and we make them get invested in the situation, then they really do care. They genuinely care.
Yeah.
And they also believe that you have something different and special. And so when you have any business, no matter what it is, when you do raise your prices and you do offer so much more, right? Your staff who's selling this product, can have real belief in what they're selling. They can say, oh man, you know, we are doing something amazing. And they're going to have passion on the phone, because sometimes people tell me, oh, you're a great salesman. Okay, I get that like a lot, right? And it almost offends me, because it's not about, I'm not a great salesman. I'm just passionate about the reality of what I do.
Yes.
I've created it to be amazing, and I'm passionate about it because it is amazing, right? And so that's kind of like, you know, the distinction there. And so if you can get your staff to be passionate about what you're doing and what they're selling, that's how it really works. Because what all these guys say, like, think about it, you know, just think about it, it's all good, you know, that's what they'll say to like client. No, they shouldn't be saying that, because if they actually believe that this is something amazing, they wouldn't be saying that. Like, I'll give you an example. Let's say, you know, it's like Back to the Future, okay? Let's say you could go back in time and you could go to yourself 10 years ago, okay? But they wouldn't know it's you. Like, you have to put on like an outfit or whatever. And you go back to yourself with one bit of information. And that information, let's say, is like, buy Apple stock 20 years ago. Okay, we're gonna go back 20 years. And I'm saying to myself, buy Apple stock. Okay, this is 1985. Okay. And I go back, and myself says, well, my 1985 self, no, I'm good. I don't know if Apple's going to make it. I hear what you're saying, but no, I'm good. And you're like, no, because this is actually you, right? You're like, buy the freaking Apple stock. You're going to be pretty passionate to sell this product. Because why are you going to be passionate? Because you know it's good for them. That's the only reason.
Yes.
You got to instill this in your staff. Like, these people have to know, we're not trying to pull one over on someone. We're trying to help these people in real life.
Yeah.
Right. And that's all it is. If you really believe that, you really know it, then that's where I think that's where sales success comes from, in my opinion.
Yes. And I have to agree with you, because just talking to you right now, I can feel how committed, I can feel your passion in what you do.
Yeah.
It definitely shines through. So
yeah, appreciate that.
you definitely absolutely right. Your excitement, your enthusiasm, your belief in your product and your services that you provide make the world a difference.
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah.
the
And
world
that's kind of like the general, because I know, like, sometimes I go on travel shows, podcasts. I get actually asked to be on a lot of shows. So travel podcasts I go on, and they want to talk more about travel insurance, because it really is talking to the audience that they have. But as a business show, I love to go on business shows also, because I think the you know, the tenets that apply to my business will apply to any business. And that's why, you know, because I have like booker people that book for me stuff, and they're like, do you want to go on a business show? I'm like, of course I want to go on a business show. You know, what are we doing here? We're doing business, you know? And so I think all businesses are interesting. Like, I have a friend of mine who he's, by the way, killing the game. I mean, literally unbelievable, more than you would ever imagine. Like, it's boggles the mind how much he's killing the game. And he does custom sock business. Okay.
Wow.
And so he has, I mean, Dell, Microsoft, Apple, all the new Hollywood movies. He's like, oh, Avengers 4 came to me. They want millions of socks for some event that they're running. I mean, the freaking guy is like killing the world. Okay. But the point is that we grew up together. We're good friends, and we talk all day about business, just because it's different business. But he's like, okay, let's talk about travel defense. Let's talk about his company called Socrates, you know, like a play on Socrates.
Right.
You should have him on your show, by the way. He's awesome.
Yes.
I can connect you with him as well. But the point is like, we talk all the time because our businesses are so similar, just because it's business, right?
Yes. And I think most businesses, the similarity is there across the board. Do you care about your customers? Do you care about your staff? Are you, do you have your staff where they believe and they want to, because when your staff feels good, they go beyond the call of duty.
Oh, for sure.
They go beyond.
But that's a good question that you raise. How do you make them believe, right? How do you care? I could promise you this: if I wasn't making any money, I also wouldn't care. And it's just like, yes, I'm helping people, and that's great, and I do it, but I'm not going to put in like 18-hour days we have to make money, right? And
Right.
there's nothing wrong with making money. The point is it's good to make money. You're just offering so much value that people are throwing money at you because they want to work with you.
Right.
And that's really what it's about. And I think it gets lost in translation. Like I have my nephew, he's, I don't know, 25 years old, something like that. And he wanted to he wanted to buy a business. Now, I don't think that's a good idea anyway, but the point is you should start your own business and learn and all this kind of thing. But the point is he wanted to buy a business. And he came to me and he said, I just want your advice and all that. I'm thinking of buying a business. I want to buy, it's a Turkish towel business. That was the business. Okay. And I said to him just one question. I said, okay, what's the differentiator? Like, what makes you special? Like, okay, you have Turkish towels. Like, okay, who cares? There's 8 million guys who sell Turkish towels. Meaning, makes you special? And he could not answer that question. He was like, oh, well, they pulled in X amount of dollars and da 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 da. And I'm like, did they? Is that even true? Like that, whatever. That's a whole other conversation. But the point is you always need to have in business a differentiator. And if you don't have it, it's a big problem. And I think that I couldn't put a number on it, but let's say 90% of businesses don't. There's nothing special about 8 million. Okay, I need my air conditioning fixed. Is there anything different about any of these companies? Maybe, maybe not. And that's where people will run into all the problems that you mentioned, where their staff is not motivated, no one's motivated, things are not. And so you have to figure out a way if there's one message, and it seems basic, but I can assure you a lot of business people, especially entrepreneurs, they don't even think about this properly, this point. They kind of think, well, what do I like? I like photography, let's say. Okay, cool. You like photography. That's nice. It's all great. But if you're going to be one of 8 billion photographers, no one cares. It's irrelevant. Like, don't do it. That's what enticed me so much about Travel Defend, because it's so different. It's so unique. And I saw that opening when I started doing it. I was like, wow, this is so different. If everyone did this, even though it's a great idea, I wouldn't do it, right? Because I'd have to have something, or I would do it, but I would make it so special and different. And that's the key. You got to make it different.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lesson.
Wow, Ben, this has been a great, great conversation.
Yeah.
I like talking to you.
Thank you. Great being on your show.
Yeah. So again, how do people connect with you?
So you just go to our website, traveldefend.com, and it's basically no hyphens, no weird anything, just straight up Travel Defend, like we're defending you. So traveldefend.com, which is a big blessing that we got that, because you can imagine I don't know if you've bought a website in the last couple of years, every single website on the planet is taken. Okay. And not only is it taken, but if it is taken, they want $50,000 for anything normal. Like the biggest travel insurance company in America is called Travel Guard, AIG, Travel Guard. Okay. That's where I was thinking like, oh, Travel Guard, Travel Defend. Okay. It's like a similar kind of vibe. I figured like, is Travel Defend? I thought I would have to go to traveldefend.co.biz.uk or something. But we got somehow for a penny sitting there was traveldefendperfect.com. And I was like, wow, this is a sign from the Lord above. That's just the craziest thing ever. For one penny, a penny they wanted.
Wow, that's absolutely wonderful. Well, Ben, we are definitely going to have to do this again.
Sure.
Because the conversation is rich, and I'm sure that my audience will be taking some great nuggets from this conversation.
That's
So
awesome.
thank you so much for taking time out of your day to share your wisdom and your company with our listeners. We truly appreciate you.
Thank you.